You you'd have got up. Okay, so we keep killing it. Yes, sir. Okay, here we go, guys. So this is my pushback to Gary from 3D. He was talking, and this is in reference to Buatsi and Parker. And on his live stream, he was saying, "Yeah, but what did Buatsi do? You have to score points. You have how many points did he score with punching?" And I'm like, bro, you score rounds not with just how many punches land. A proper way, boxing rounds are judged using a 10-point must system. We know that, where the winner of a round receives 10 points and the loser receives 9, resulting in a 10-9 score. Judges evaluate rounds based on factors like effective aggression. That's the first. Ring generalship. There's 2. Punch efficiency. There's 3. More dominant round, scoring 10-8, usually if there's a knockdown, etc., etc. So my point is, you can't just go with the argument Joshua Buatsi didn't land enough punches, therefore he lost the fight. I'm coming at it from a totally different perspective. The way I look at it is, I was thanking the heavens that Zach Parker didn't get rewarded a victory for fighting that negatively. I told you guys this when it was happening in the moment. I said it wasn't Zach Parker's fault. You could tell Zach Parker drilled that game plan. He executed a game plan. We have to talk about his camp. You can tell that's what they planned up. They drew that up during fight camp, and Zach Parker did his job. The fighter can only do what their camp instructs the fighter to do. And a lot of times we only talk about this when the fighter doesn't execute the game plan. You know what I'm saying? Think about how many times you guys hear people like me after a fight saying, "Wow, man, I didn't see what was his game plan." I'm sure they went over one, but he didn't execute one. I couldn't tell what game plan was. This wasn't that. Zach Parker had a clear cut game plan. The issue was it was a freaking terrible game plan. That his camp, I wish I could bring his camp on, his head coach, whoever created it, and talk to him, because I'm like, what were some of the intangibles Zach Parker had? He was faster than Buatsi. He used the ring way better than Buatsi. So somebody asked me on the live chat, what would you have done? What would the proper game plan have been? What you want to do with Buatsi is turn him. The way you get off on Buatsi, he's, especially that version, uninspired, slow, wants to be perfect with everything. You turn him. Feint, boom, out angle counter. Then you exit, come back in. And Parker did that twice. I think somewhere around the rounds 3 or rounds 4. Only twice. Like, there's fighters who, like, think about how many times Lomachenko would turn his opponent. So for all you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not like a hard. If you have the speed advantage, if you have better feet, this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, day one stuff of learning how to box is, don't put yourself in a position defensively to not see a punch coming. Because more often than not, when you get hurt in a fight, it's not because you saw the punch. It's because you got out-angled, you got turned, you put yourself in a position to not see a punch, and then you got caught with something. So that was my point. That would have been my game plan if I was Parker. Use the ring like he did, but cut the ring, and don't use the entire goddamn ring, and turn him. He had the negative fighting, exiting, falling, clinching. It was like a poor man's Klitschko mixed with like the worst version, Timu version of like the haters who clown Shakur for how Shakur fought Edwin. So I'm not saying he looked like Shakur was. I liked how Shakur fought Edwin. That's a whole different chat. But if you were to take Shakur and you got the Timu version of Shakur, the YMCA version of Shakur, doing that strategy against Edwin, that's what Parker looked like. That's just my take.